The UAlbany Great Danes travel to Syracuse and come away with a season-opening victory, 15-3, here at the Carrier Dome, alongside John Longton III. I'm Rob Lep. Just, John, your initial impressions of what you saw here today. UAlbany comes away with a victory over the Syracuse Orange.
Well, UAlbany got down 1-0 out of the start, but they kind of went on a 7-0 run from there and just battled the whole game. They imposed their will. Yeah. They came into this building and imposed their will. Connor Fields gets his first ever win against Syracuse, which is kind of, you know, that's an impressive stat right there because UAlbany has had a good team, you know, traditionally, and for Connor Fields to get his first win against Syracuse, and Tehoka get his first win in his college debut, nonetheless scoring 5 goals, that was pretty impressive.
Well, it's crazy because with everything Connor's accomplished, that's the one thing he hasn't done. He hasn't beaten Syracuse, so it's got to feel good for him and the rest of these guys to finally get that win. He had 2 goals. Tehoka Nanticoke had 5. Just how did UAlbany get it done? What was the key today?
Key is they won face-offs, so they dominated the clock. They were pretty much pushing the ball in the other end of the zone for most of the time, and they were just getting great shots. They were getting great shots. I think they had twice as many shots, if that's a good stat. But UAlbany just came, stuck with their game plan, and just dominated. That's the only thing to really say about it.
How surprised were you with how dominating a performance this was? Obviously, you win by 12 goals, and this is always at 2 teams that are so close. Just how surprised are you with the way UAlbany played today?
Well, UAlbany going out and getting the #1 recruit in the nation that propelled them to get this win. I mean, the kid was a stud. He battled his way to the goal anytime he had the ball in his stick. He imposed his will, and he got to the net anytime he wanted to. And you know, in the press conference they were saying, you know, with a guy that size and to have the stick handles that he has, he's just hard to stop. So I think Nanticoke has a lot to do with that. And then Connor Fields at the same time, he had a couple of nice assists, one behind the back, and it opens up his game as well to have a player like Nanticoke on the field at the same time.
Just big picture here for UAlbany. Just what do you think a win like this means for the program? Obviously, you know, so many battles against Syracuse. This is the 2nd time they've ever beaten the Orange.
I think the fact that UAlbany hasn't lost a regular season conference game in about 5 years, plus now they're beating up on the bigger teams, this is huge for Albany. This is huge. Maybe they get into another conference. Maybe you know, they slide out of the American East, because teams in the American East, they're not on UAlbany's level right now. I mean, I don't mean to speak down upon those teams, but right now UAlbany, they're playing like the 3rd team in the nation. They're playing like the 1st team in the nation. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future holds.
I know you during the press conference asked about the chance of maybe Albany playing Syracuse in Albany. Just why do you think that should be the case?
Well, if you play a team 16 times and you play them all 16 times in their house, this game's been played in the Carrier Dome in this very building for the past 16, I don't want to say years in a row, but 16 meetings in a row. And now UAlbany comes in and just absolutely dominates, and they beat them up pretty good.
John Longton III, Rob Lep, UAlbany gets the win, 15-3 to start out their 2018 campaign.